Hello, let's trace. No. Hello, let's make connections. What do we have today? Oops. Um, okay, what do we have to? Oh, cranberry, raspberry. I'm. I suspect these are going to be what these are because cran is the sort of eponymous example, I suppose, of something called the. Is it a cranberry morpheme? Basically, there are some words in English where elements of the word have in and of themselves no kind of linguistic meaning outside of the context of the larger word they're part of. So cranberry, cran has no meaning other than when it's part of cranberry. Unlike, for instance, here we have strawberry or blueberry, which come from things. I think raspberry is actually another example of this. I mean, we have a word rasp, but it does. But the version of the word rasp that's in raspberry does not refer to a rasp. I mean, obviously, both cran and rasp have farther back etymological roots. I mean, I'm sure they did come from other words that did mean something at some point in the history of English, um, but those meanings have been lost, and now we only they only remain as kind of parts of these larger words. And the phenomenon is called a cranberry morpheme. I learned about this on a great linguistics podcast called Lexicon Valley that I've been listening to for many years, and it's a really interesting concept. And it's a good podcast. Anyway, so I think this must be one: cranberry, raspberry, strawberry, blueberry. Do we have any more of those? I don't think so, but I see another thing, which is Swiss cheese, Jack cheese, blue cheese. Do we have a fourth of these? Goat cheese, maybe. Goat cheese or goat's cheese, but I think goat cheese probably works. I think that's good. So we've got potentially half of them now. So what else do we have? I don't know, but maybe this could be purple. Cranberry, raspberry, blueberry, strawberry. It depends how they phrase it. It could be kinds of berries, and then it wouldn't have to be purple. But if it's if it's blank berry, then it would have to be purple. Let's try it. And it was the first one. Oh no, that's wrong. Oh no. Oof. After that, I was so confident that that was going to be what that was. Wow, yikes. I bet a lot of people will have fallen for that, especially because we can see them right from the beginning. Anyway, at least so I got it wrong, but at least it gave me an opportunity to talk about uh, cranberry morphemes, which is a thing I really enjoy. Okay. Do I dare try the cheeses then? Ooh, I'm less confident now that I don't know if the berries are ruled out. Okay. This is what I get trying to put in guesses too early. Oh, I see. Maybe so rasp. Even though the rasp of raspberry is itself a kind of dead morpheme, there's a unrelated different word that is rasp that is a tool, as I mentioned, and these are also tools: a plane, a saw, a rasp, a chisel. Really curious what crayon is going to be then. Interesting. What will that be? Huh. I don't know. I don't know. Okay, but we've got tools: rasp, plane, chisel, saw, and then potentially Swiss, blue, goat. What was the other one? Jack. What is crayon doing? I don't know. Hmm. I don't know. I'm gonna try these. I don't really know what else to do here. Okay, that was right. That was blue. Woodworking hand tools. Okay. Um. Cup and lid. Oh, and straw maybe. Uh, Napkin. So things you get in a sort of takeaway meal, maybe, or something like that. Things you things that might be available in a sort of takeaway restaurant or a quick service restaurant or something. So if we had that and we had goat, blue, Swiss Jack, we'd be left with hero, cran, flaming, and rave. Boy, that feels purple. That feels like I'm missing something or I don't know, part of a larger word or something. What is this? Although not flaming. Interesting. What is this? It's such a baffling collection of words that I am inclined to suspect it's the purple, but I don't see what it is. Is it a missing letter? Flaming, though, is a normal word. Okay, maybe I have to try these other ones. I guess, see, the thing is, though, I was just going to say, maybe I have to try the other ones to see if this is right. But the thing is, because I have this split up into three categories, there's no difference between trying this and trying the other ones. If this one's wrong, it intrinsically means one of my other ones is wrong as well. So I may as well try this one, especially if I think it's purple. I guess, yeah, I guess the only exception to what I said is if this one and another one are both wrong and have only swaps between the two of them, then a third one could be still correct. But I wouldn't know which one that is. I wouldn't know if that's the cheese one or the cup one. I've already made a mistake, so I'm going to double down on the risk taking today and try this. I want to know what it is. It was purple. Okay, okay, and they weren't real words. So my cran is still not a real word. Birds minus last letter. Crane. You know what? I think crane might actually be the word from which cran derives, or is related to it. There's something about it being related to etymologically related to crane. I don't remember what the sort of linguistic journey of that is, but it survives as its own weird thing that doesn't mean anything outside of being a cranberry. Anyway, so crane, flamingo. Wow, that's clever. I wish I would have seen that. Heron and raven. Right. I was trying to think of other words that these could be part of, but I didn't manage it. Okay. Anyway, so there's those. So I guess lost a bunch of points for an error, but at least I got what, like 2 extra or something for purple and blue, or maybe 3. I don't remember how that works. Anyway, Swiss cheese, blue cheese, goat cheese, jack cheese. Yep, there we go. Kinds of cheeses, and then these are like takeaway materials or something. Beverage self-service items. A napkin? Is that for beverage? I mean, sure, I guess so. Why not? But huh. And look at that. I got a rainbow herring. So the berries were very expertly drawn from each of 4 categories. Well done to this constructor. All right, let's check out the bot. Not my finest day. Fairly straightforward, it says. Yeah, I just slammed that guess in immediately. Not immediately, but slammed it in. Oh, okay. Don't need to know that. Okay, so 91. So that's presumably minus whatever you lose for the explain score. Yeah, so one mistake takes you down to 88, and then plus 3 for purple and blue. Okay, so ended up in the 90s, I guess. I don't know, who cares? So what did I see first? The actual one I saw first was not correct. Then I think it was kinds of cheeses, which more than a third of people saw first. Woodworking hand tools as well. I think it was maybe the beverage thing, and then woodworking, and then obviously birds. I had to get by process of elimination. So yes, nearly half of us, more than 40% of us tried blank berry, and yeah, I was a bit hasty there. Woodworking tools, oh, also including a jack. Yeah, I could see that including a jack in general, maybe not woodworking specifically, but as a tool. And then Cran, plane, saw, chisel, hand-operated tools, right? Maybe thinking of a crane in the tool sense as opposed to the bird. And then cheese board picks, cran, goat, blue, Swiss, right? So maybe cranberries. And then cheese dishes, goat, blue, flaming Swiss. Is that what? Flaming, like some kind of fondue thing or something? I'm not sure. Okay, well, anyway, tough one for me today, although apparently not for people in general. Those were the connections. Back tomorrow. Bye for now.